TURO just started this new thing that I don't know if I like or I hate. What's up, everybody? Certified Badman's here, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started on today's video, I just want to firstly thank and appreciate every single one of you guys that's been tuning into my videos. Every like, every comment, every subscribe, every share, it goes a long way. I truly appreciate it. You guys watching keep me on my toes and keep me going what I have going on. So I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully, I can encourage you guys to continue to tune in and take up all the sauce, and you guys can eventually use that for whatever you guys have going on. Anyways, it's a new week, which means new bookings, so you know what time it is. Let's get it. All right, so we just finished the check-in process, and the car is still in good shape from its last rental, and the car wash is still intact, man. The individual that rented it brought it back in a very, very pleasing condition, which means I didn't have to do much. I just had to wipe down a couple stuff, and we good to go. I did drive it for like a day or so too as well, but I made sure I took care of it, so everything still looks good. Back seat is still activated, and I'm actually gonna put my seat cover on there. It's actually in that bag right there, so I'm gonna put my seat cover. I do like to take pictures of the seats without a seat cover, just in case when it comes back and it comes back in a condition it's not supposed to come back in, you know, I can charge them and, you know, I can fight for it. But typically the reason for the seat cover is to honestly like prevent like damage and charges and all this other stuff. I did get a comment recently. Somebody told me, because I charged somebody a cleaning fee because it was mud stains on my white seats. The individual took off the seat cover for the mud stains to even get there. And then I did get a comment. The dude was like, oh, that's a scam. I'm out here scamming people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, if you really pay attention to the video, then you know it's not a scam. If I put the seat covers on there and you, as a guest, take off my seat covers and it comes back dirty, then you just, like, I didn't even fulfill the reason for having my seat covers. You know, it's my policy, it's my car, so if I leave the seat cover on there and it doesn't affect you from driving the car or anything, and you didn't even ask for permission, and it comes back and the seats are dirty, and you expect me just to leave it like that, like I didn't put the seat cover on there for a reason. But yeah, battery's on 82%. Usually my battery life on my Tesla doesn't actually go past 85. It used to be 80, but 80 was just too short. But then I did read that when you own a Tesla, you actually don't want your battery life to be charging at 100% because it slowly like affects the battery life for some reason. That's just what I heard. I actually have a setting on my car that doesn't let you go past 80 when it's being rented out. So these are little perks, man. I know a lot of people, I get a lot of questions like, I have a Tesla, should I rent it out, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're just scared. And I just feel like Teslas were created to your own preference. I know it's computerized, but you still have so much more control over the car. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that you can operate through the app. Sometimes I get guests and they'll take the car and like, they don't know how to really lock it because you need the key card. You have to like kind of put the key card on here to kind of lock it. And I'll get a notification from my phone like, hey, the car is unlocked. And typically I try not to respond because when you have the car, I just want you to fully enjoy it. I don't want you to get freaked out. But if it's at like nighttime and I feel like they're sleeping, they just left the car unlocked, and I get a notification saying it's unlocked, and I'll just tap the lock button from my phone and know that my car is good overnight. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say you have control over the vehicle as well. Delivery set for 5 p.m. It is 3:49 right now. Probably a little bit of traffic on the way to the airport, so I say we get there in 30 minutes, but I'm going a little bit earlier just because first and foremost I like to always go earlier. I like to be there before my client, just try to be on time just in case of anything. But I'm going a little bit extra early just to show you guys this process, so stay tuned. Let's go. In the meantime, I actually almost forgot. So we did get a booking yesterday for one day. It was like 24 hours, but less than 24 hours. She wanted it at 12 p.m. to return today at 8 a.m. But I was unable to fulfill the delivery and actually give her the vehicle because, again, her license was expired. So I said again like it was the same person that had done it before. This was a new person, but like the same thing has happened to me again. You know, when it's not valid, I'm unable to actually give you the car just because like I'm at risk with my insurance plan and with TURO. You see what I'm saying? Even though sometimes like I would love to actually deliver the car so I can actually get my full money instead of partial earnings, but like expired in 2023 and it's like 2024. She did send me a message right after submitting the license saying that, hey, her license is expired, The real one, she actually left at home in Connecticut before coming on vacation in Atlanta. How you do that, I don't know. Like, your license was expired a whole year ago. She sent me a picture of the actual real one, but it's in Connecticut, and she couldn't turn that into like TURO. Some people try to play their luck to see if the host will kind of like accommodate to it, and I'm not. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But anyways, due to the cancellation policy and all that, I still received some partial earnings. I'm actually gonna leave that right there so you guys can see what went down. So, you know, at least I got something for my time. I just hate when it happens sometimes. Like, TURO needs to stop playing with me. They need to stop sending me individuals that are unserious. But yeah, that's what went down earlier. Currently in Atlanta traffic right now, but we still not doing bad on time. We probably got like another 15, so we're still doing good on time. But yeah, also recently just bought a car charger for my car. Like, this is a permanent one for the guests, because I just thought to myself, like, why not separate myself from the rest? Like, I know there's a lot of people on TURO that don't offer stuff like that, like services like that, even though it's not really a service, but like just little stuff like that, having your a car charger in the vehicle that they're gonna be driving, just providing that comfortability for the guest, and you know, that easy access to be able to charge their phone. I just feel like that goes a long way. I feel like that creates relationships and like makes them come back. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what we need. We need that return money. We don't want that one-time money. With that being said, I was like, you know what, why not a little $20-$30 investment on a car charger? And I got the good car charger too, not like the, you know, the gas station one. I got like the actual Apple one. Team Apple over here. So if you don't got no Apple, man, sorry for your loss. All right, so as you guys can see, we're going through the hourly parking right now. Never go through the daily for drop-offs. And this is for if you're in Atlanta, but I mean, I feel like this can pertain to anybody as well that does like airport deliveries. But when it comes to Atlanta, you can't actually drop off your guest in front of the actual. All right, so I just got my ticket. But when it comes to Atlanta, I know other states is probably different, but in Atlanta, you can't actually drop off your car and meet your guest at the actual like arrival and departure area. You might get a ticket. I was actually threatened like last month or something. Some dude was trying to give me a $200 ticket, and I just had to beg him like, hey, you know, I'm new to the city, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I had to kind of make an excuse up. So what I do, which I feel like kind of makes more sense, is I go through the hourly parking. I always get to the airport like at least like 20-25 minutes before my guest. But when it comes to the parking, now we'll go to the hourly parking at maybe like 10 minutes before my guest is supposed to show up. Then I would typically, let me just find a parking right here, talk to you guys real quick. In that situation, I would typically just like kind of just go into the parking and just park, so I'm still under like a free coverage or a cheap coverage. So I'd rather do this and pay 10 bucks than possibly get a $200 ticket. And I don't know if the dude was lying. Could have been lying. I don't know if the dude was lying about the ticket issue, but I'm not even trying to risk it because $200 is a lot. But yeah, what I would do is I'll just park it at the airport, and let me actually take you guys out, man. Let's do this thing together. You zig. Smells like straight gas out here. Somebody puffing right now. Anyways, this is what I would typically do. So let's say that's like 9J. I'll just communicate with my guests and let them know, hey, I'm parked at 9J. Key card is inside the vehicle, and I'll just kind of like leave it inside the vehicle. You see what I'm saying? And I can just unlock from my phone. Sometimes I actually meet the guests and I'll just wait for them, you know, sometimes, depending on my schedule. That's some sauce if you live in Atlanta specifically, is get that hourly ticket and just do that. Especially if you have a Tesla, man, ain't nobody touching your car. You can unlock from your phone and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, but yeah, that's just how I do my airport delivery as of lately. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I still risk it if it's like a quick drop off. Some guests will actually specifically ask for that. They will actually specifically ask for, you know, delivery in front of the arrivals and departures, depending on how many bags they have. And I understand. So sometimes I'll risk it for them, but best believe I let them know if I get that ticket, Y'all covering that. So right now it is 4:35 and I'm just gonna wait on my guests. I'm just gonna chill out here and wait on my guests. But yeah, man, that's how we do the airport delivery. Ski. All right, so I'm leaving the car at L10 and I was just thinking, you know what? Why don't I try to get my guest to get on this vlog? Just ask him a couple questions and ask what he thinks about the platform TURO. But then sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to say shy, but I just want to be like professional. I'm sure like it's 2024. A lot of people understand, you know, cameras in their face and vlogs and all that kind of stuff like YouTube and all that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I might depend on his vibe. And most of the time it's just always so quick, especially at the airport. Like they've had a long flight and they're just ready to get the car and get going with their day. Or if they came for like a meeting or something. I don't know, I'm gonna try. Don't quote me, I'm gonna try. If y'all get it, then y'all get it. If y'all don't get it, then just know that like I tried and maybe it just wasn't the right time. But eventually I feel like I'll find somebody, maybe a returning client, and it's not gonna look at it like irresponsible. You see what I'm saying? Not gonna look at it like a joke or something. They'll actually understand. All right, y'all, so we just got a last minute booking for this big baby right here. This is a Nissan Rogue SV, another one of the vehicles in our fleet. Usually the kind of people that rent this vehicle are more like family people, or if they're just solo, if it's just a solo person, maybe for like business or something, they'll tend to rent it. But yeah, I really like this vehicle. This is one of my favorite cars to drive, actually. Good on gas, sunroof, panoramic sunroof, excuse me. So that's the Nissan Rogue SV. It has a custom delivery for an hour. I literally just did the check-in process right now. Delivery set for 7 p.m. and it's currently 5:58 right now, and the delivery Addy is about 30 minutes away. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Let's get it. Another booking in the books, baby. Good morning. A few days later, and both vehicles that were rented out have been returned. So now let's discuss what we did, our earnings, and possibly any adjustments that need to be made. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the Nissan Rogue. It was rented out for 3 days, which included 600 miles. So each day is 200 miles on the platform. I think you can adjust that, but I have mine set at 200 miles per day. So in 3 days, that makes 600. Not necessarily 3 days. It was more like 2.5 in a way, but just because of the time difference, it made it 3 days. But we did 3 days at $81 a day, which totaled up to $243. Last minute boost pricing of $24. That means if they book the car that same day within the like 2 to 3 hour range, you get the last minute boost pricing. So that's some sauce. Like there's so many other ways to earn aside from your daily rate. I know when you tell people you got TURO, they're like, okay, how much you earn a day? You get like $100. They think that's all you make. It's just that $100. But then there's so many factors that go in. But you literally learn these factors the more research you do and as time goes by, just through experience, to be honest. And then I offer 3-day discounts, which this lady did get. She got a discount of $13.36, which is just if you book the car for 3 days or more, I offer 10% on the Nissan Rogue. It's just a way to kind of like get people to just to kind of book. And recently TURO just started this new thing that I don't know if I like or I hate, which is a non-refundable discount for the guests. So meaning like if they don't show up or if they have to cancel, they don't get any of their money back, but for that booking, they get a 10 to 15% discount. So I have mine at 10%, which means that you can get an extra 10% discount on your booking, but it's not refundable. So I get the money regardless of if you show up or not. Specifically, I wanted to do it on the Tesla, most especially just because I get a lot of people that play around. So it's like, instead of receiving partial earnings, it's like I receive my full earnings. So I can see a lot of people doing that, especially in Atlanta. I can see a lot of people booking the car and getting that extra discount, but then let's say the license is not valid, or you know, I just can't deliver the car. Now I receive my full earnings instead of a partial earnings. So I was like, okay, that's kind of smart for the Tesla. But for something like the Nissan Rogue, most people that usually rent that are very responsible, very serious, and they know what they're doing. So that is kind of like a loss. You see what I'm saying? But for something like a Tesla, where the kind of customers are different, then it might be very beneficial. I feel like it'll balance itself out. Delivery fee was at $75, and that totaled the trip up to $328.94 with the TURO fees of $71, and that left us with $257.95. In case you're wondering, the TURO fees comes from insurance and protection plan. So the 75% plan comes with the $250 deductible with full coverage, except for like general wear and tear. That's like 3 inches of a scratch or less. I think I'm gonna go up to the 80%, which the only difference between the 75% and 80% is honestly just deductible. 75% is $250 deductible, 80% is $750 deductible. But my main standpoint was to obviously stack up money, become an all-star host. Pretty much I'm at that level right now. So I think in the near future, I'm gonna, you know, go to the 80% so I could just receive more earnings. Because whether you like it or not, that 5% actually makes a huge difference in the long run. Imagine 5% for a year. For the Tesla, we rented out for 2 days, which was at $99 a day, and that totaled up to $198. Last minute boost pricing again. Prepaid EV charge for $25, which means that on a Tesla, they can bring the vehicle back at any charge level or any battery level as long as it's 30%, as long as it's at least 30%. You have to leave them with at least 30%. Delivery fee at $85. Yeah, delivery fee needs to go up, especially in this city in Atlanta. I think I need to do $120 minimum. To the airport, $120 minimum. You see what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's just crazy out here. And then I've also been looking at what other people are charging for delivery fees, and yes, it's pretty much between 120 to 150 to be very honest. So 400 miles in total for a 2-day rental, 200 miles each day. And this trip total came out to $327.80 with a $65.45 TURO fee. And then we were left with $262.35. So hopefully we get some bookings probably later on today or at most tomorrow or something, so we can keep the, you know, we can keep our gas on the pedal. Reviews means more money. Like the more you book on this platform and the more you get a rating and good rating and stuff like that, the more TURO kind of puts your vehicle out there. So don't get discouraged if you're new on the platform. You know, trust me, it takes time. You know, just like any other business, it takes time. So at first, if you're not really getting bookings and all that, just take your time, adjust your prices accordingly. Look at your competition. Like there's no set price for the car rental business. Like it depends on the season. If it's the holiday season, you know to bump it up. You look at your area and what kind of vehicle you have. If it's a popular car in your area, then of course you know you need to kind of keep your rates at a certain level to where they're not going for the other car just like yours because theirs is cheaper, and price accordingly. It's just like hotels, literally. The car rental is just like hotels. Off season, non-busy season is cheap. But anyways, if we were to total that up, that will probably be roughly at like $600. $257, $262 plus the $63 from a couple days ago for with the individual that didn't show up. Yeah, man, that's what we did the last few days. That's the updates we have. We're gonna continue to push, continue to grow, continue to try to be the best on the platform, get new cars. A lot of people have been telling me to get this Chevy. I just need a small car. There's this Chevy car, I forgot, somebody left it in the comments, and I looked into it, and it was actually a nice car at an affordable rate. And yeah, man, so that's what we're doing right now, man. Shout out to every single one of you guys that tunes into my videos. I truly appreciate you guys. I know I said that earlier in the vlog, but for real, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, you guys don't have to watch my video, and I truly appreciate that. Man, I've been grinding on YouTube for so long, and I feel like we're just now getting somewhere, and trust me and best believe, this is just the beginning. We're gonna continue to grow the platform. We're gonna continue to strive and do great things, do crazy things, go even crazier on TURO. Not only do I post TURO videos and car rental business, but I post a whole lot more stuff, pranks, travel vlogs, daily vlogs, weekend of lives. I'm currently in my fitness gear. You know, I'm about to go work out, so I work out a lot as well. You know, I push heavy weights. So if you guys want to see content like that, definitely hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned with your boy, man. We got a whole lot coming this year. We're gonna finish off with a banger, and we're definitely going even crazier in 2025. So stay tuned, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ski!